BOLO buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, let's talk magazines. I'm telling you, there are some major BOLO magazines. I don't know about you, but I have gone to estate sales and there have been times when I have picked up some vintage magazines and I have sold them. I think I sold some highlights. I sold some other magazine I'd never seen, but they were old and they were vintage and I thought they looked cool and I made money on them. But let me show you some major money being made on some of these BOLO magazines. Crazy. So these are definitely magazines to be on the lookout for when you're at estate sales, garage sales, things like that. I usually skip this section because quite frankly, I don't really know it. And I hate sitting there on my phone trying to figure it out because they're always in the basement, it seems, or a lower level of a house. And I never have reception. And then I can't look them up. And I don't know. It just always seems there's some reason why I should not buy the magazines. So, sorry, excuse me. I also feel like they're hit or miss, and I feel like maybe I'd be sitting on them a long time. But I'm going to show you some that have sold for big money that maybe if you see these, you can pick them up. And also you can search comps pretty easily if you're not in the basement of an estate sale that has no reception. So anyway, we're going to get started here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that below. Be sure to check out my other BOLO videos so you can learn what to buy low and sell high. All right, let's get started. All right, the first one here is this Scoop Teens Now magazine. It's got the Partridge Family on it. I think some magazines, depending on what is on the cover, will sell for more just based on what is on the cover, or maybe somebody's looking for a specific article or something like that. But anyway, just because it's a BOLO one time does not mean it's going to be a BOLO every time. So definitely search solds. All right, this first one went for $40.99 with 3 bids. And again, I have pulled up auctions with bids. If it has 1 bid, I normally skip them because I want to show that at least 2 people are interested in the item. The second is this lot of 42 vintage magazines, and it looks like they're teen magazines like Tiger Beat and various others. These went for $202.10, and it was 42 of them. So some of these, it looks like Star, Tattletales, Teen Stars. I don't know, some I've never heard of. Okay, Motor. This is a 1905 Motor magazine. It's an automobile magazine. I saw another one of these that went for a lot of money. This one sold for $167.50 with 11 bids. Okay, here's an Enquirer, National Enquirer, and again, I'm guessing this probably went for more. It's the Columbine High School Massacre. This magazine sold for $223.72 with 40 bids. So again, it's probably what's on the front that sold the magazine, but definitely be on the lookout for specific headlines that could bring more money. Okay, this is a Ghost Detective 10-cent magazine from 1940. It sold for $89.88. One magazine, 11 bids. This is another Real Detective Tales and Mystery Stories pulp fiction. It looks like it's one magazine from 1925, August, September, and it sold for $260.55. So any of these detective ones seem to do good if they're vintage. Here's another one. They say 10 cents. I think that's, 10 cents. 1934 Phantom Detective sold for $660 with 5 bids. Amazing. Okay, here's a sport magazine. It's got Mickey Mantle, and it does say autograph, so that's probably why this went for more, but it went for $268.55. Here's a kids Sports Illustrated magazine with Tiger Woods rookie. It says no label, scarce, 1996. It sold for $435 with 29 bids. Okay, so this one I saw and I'm like, what is going on? $3,650? So I read a little further and it says, how would you like to have your Corvette on the cover of National Corvette Museum's quarterly magazine? So this auction will provide that opportunity to have your Corvette professionally photographed at the museum and a photo gracing the covers of more than 28,000 copies printed. Anyway, you get the point. Because I was like, oh my gosh, this magazine went for $3,650. No, Nope. See, you can sell anything on eBay. This one is a weightlifting bodybuilder booklets and posters, kind of like magazines. It was under magazines when I was searching, but kind of funny. It went for $108.19 with 5 bids. This is called Radio News. It's 23 issues of Radio News magazine from 1928 and 1929, and it sold for $96, 9 bids. High Times, collector's edition 1974. So it looks like maybe, is that a magic mushroom? So maybe this is like I don't know what you want to call it, things that get you high. I don't know. Anybody know what this High Times is? Is that what it is? Anyway, this one magazine went for $83 with 12 bids. Okay, so this is a hot rod magazine, 12 issues. They went for $90 with 5 bids, free shipping. Sports Afield magazine from 1970. It went for $85. So I don't know if this guy on the front's somebody special, but 16 bids. Here's an old glamour magazine, Gone with the Wind. Scarlett O'Hara's on the front. It sold for $59 with 7 bids. That's a 1939 magazine. It's one magazine. So this is Martha Stewart Living from 1990. First winter issue. $29 for one magazine, 15 bids. Here's a 17 magazine from August 1995 that sold for $20.50 with 3 bids. All right, here's a huge lot of 17 magazines. There's 35 plus, and they sold for $169.50 with 10 bids. Okay, Mad Magazine. This is one magazine. It was a quarter back in the day, and it sold for $153.52. It's from 1956. It had 19 bids. Here is another Mad Magazine, Volume 1, Number 1, October, November 1952, very first issue, original, not a reprint. This sold for $555.55 with 3 bids, free shipping. All right, so here's an old TV guide, and this isn't a huge BOLO. I just thought it was cool. It's an old TV guide, you know. You could probably get this for like a quarter or free at an estate sale. Anyway, it sold for $14 plus shipping, 13 bids. Here's an old Vogue magazine from 1927. How amazing is that? And it sold for $78 with 14 bids. Okay, UFO Report. I guess there's a magazine from the 70s and 80s about UFOs. There's 19 of them here, and they sold for $60 with 14 bids. All right, so here's Nickelodeon magazine from 1997. Kenan and Kel and Good Burger. I don't really know if that's a movie or what, but this one magazine sold for $30 plus shipping, 16 bids. All right, so this is a lot of 16 magazines, Tiger Beat, Flip, Spec. I don't know. I guess these are different teen magazines, $43, 17 bids. Okay, so this is a vintage Atari analog computing magazines, issues 1 and 2, and 1 through 2 and 4 through 9. All right, and these sold for $124.50, 21 bids, free shipping. Highlights magazines, these are kind of like the ones that I sold. So there's 58 of them here. I didn't have as many. These sold for $51. So again, it's probably something you can pick up for pretty cheap and decent profit margins. You know, if you get it for $5 for all of them, sell them for 51. That one had 28 bids. Okay, so here's more detective magazines. There's 2 of them. It's called Special Detective from 1947. 35 bids, sold for $88.87. Okay, so we've got these Better Home and Gardens magazines, a lot of 10, sold for $140.50, and these are from 1958. 71 bids on that one. I think I did that one already. Okay, so this is called Menswear magazine. from 1942. I have no idea. I guess it's just like a clothing magazine, but this sold for $240.26 with 7 bids. Okay, so this is a SoCal Speed Shop Hot Rod magazine, Ford Parts Vintage Drag Racing from 1951. It sold for $256.48, 27 bids, plus shipping. All right, so we got an old Playboy, and there are tons and tons and tons of Playboy and nudie magazines. This one, the cover was pretty decent, so I thought I would show it. I don't know, some of the racier ones, it'd be hard for me to sell, but this one is from 1955 and it sold for $325. So some of them are worth big money. Do your research, look up comps. If you find some of these, there's some that are really collectible. I'm guessing the older ones are more collectible than the newer, obviously. Okay, so this is a Surfer magazines, a lot of 45 of them, and they sold for $352.02, 24 bids. That one is pretty cool. This is a women's female bodybuilding magazine, vintage, 34 issues, sold for $375 with 15 bids. Here's another Playboy. Again, this one's from 1954. The front's, not super racy, so I decided to show it. This one sold for $400, 2 bids. Some of the pictures, like this one, I covered it because I'm not even going to go there. But this is a lot of 64 Hustler magazines. They went for $380, but I'm telling you, the pictures on the front are just... I'm surprised that they're allowed to show them. I mean, if kids are on eBay searching, I mean, there's nude photos on the magazines. I don't know. That bothers me. Maybe I'm just overly sensitive to that. But okay, so here's 42 issues of, again, bodybuilding magazines for women, $449.89, 12 bids. And again, there was 42 issues. So pretty awesome. And this is like a gourmet magazine. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. I'm guessing it has to do with food. Maybe not. So anyway, I don't know. It's pretty cool, but it's from 1942. This sold for $761 with 25 bids. I'll just scroll through some of the pictures. It's really neat, but $761. Wow. So anyway, if you go into eBay and you search solds for magazines, you will be amazed. And again, most of the ones at the top are the nude ones. The Playboy, the Hustler, there's tons of nude magazines. I had no idea there were so many nude magazines. Unbelievable. But anyhow, it's a thing and people are still paying big money for it. So I'm just giving you the details of what magazines sell. So there it is. There you have it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that below. My Facebook group is below also. Join us if you're not already in it. And if you want to be featured on my channel, I'll post information below about that also. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.